So we just got new music from TDE and Dreamville. We got new Isaiah Rashad and new J.Cole, man. And I couldn't be more excited because we've been waiting so long for both of these guys to actually start their album rollouts, and the singles are fucking fire.
They are fire. They are super fire. And you know what? Lay Wit Ya and Interlude were two singles that I really had no expectations for, because I didn't know where Isaiah and J. Cole were going to go with this. And I mean, we're going to be talking about both of these. But guys, before we actually get into this, leave your thoughts about these two singles in the comment section. And we wanted to package this for you guys because we can't really do a review on a single. I mean, it doesn't work out. But we have to talk about this because this is the first piece of material that we get from Isaiah Rashad in over a year. I mean, this is since Why Worry, and J. Cole is starting his album rollout. So let's start with J. Cole.
You want to start with Cole? Yeah.
I think we should start. Well, I want to talk about Isaiah last, just because I think there's a lot to talk about, especially based on what we heard. And now J. Cole gave us an interlude. It wasn't anything, I would say, too crazy from the album.
Oh, it was fucking crazy, man.
The song was beautiful. I'm just saying, like, it's not a full length track. It's literally just an interlude. But based on that one interlude, I think we could start getting the speculation going that this album is going to be fucking ridiculous.
Listen, we're getting word from like Cause and Baz saying that, this is going to be one of his best projects to date, and I believe them. After hearing that interlude, about hearing the way that he, just slid on that soul sample, and then you got, T- with that trap inspired beat. And Cole's rapping about some real shit. You know what I mean? He's talking about senseless killings in the street. He's talking about how, at the position that he's in, things can go one of two ways. They can either keep going uphill or go downhill when you reach that status.
But he's ready for both.
He's ready for either one, but I think it'll only be one outcome, and he's only going up, and he's going to just cement his legacy even further with this album, man.
I also love the new flow that he brought in. I never heard J. Cole on that flow, and it was super exciting. And I mean, it's a bit more melodic than what I'm used to from him, which was super refreshing, because I mean, it's always cool to see a great artist switch up and bring in a new flow into the arsenal. And I mean, I don't remember on what video we talked about this, but I mentioned how good J. Cole is with his deliveries and how nice he is with his flow, and how he always makes his productions sounds so, I would say, minimalistic in the grand scheme of things, but yet, he's able to glide on a beat and make it sound so grand and, really put it into your face. So what were, like, let's say, a couple of emotions that you got from this song, and how is it sort of feeding your expectations for the album dropping next week?
Honestly, I was super surprised that out of all things, he decided to drop an interlude. You know what I mean? Because when someone drops a lead single for the album, usually it's not an interlude.
That's true.
It's a ballsy choice, and I feel like it's smart because he doesn't want to give us the best of the best. He wants to save that for us to experience it with the full album. But some sentiments that I got out of it were just obviously pure excitement because Cole's back, and he's rapping in that competitive light that we wanted to see him in. And he's saying how like not many people are gonna touch his album sales this year, even if they put out a double disc album.
That's true.
And I love seeing that competitive side of him. And not only that, I just feel like, similar to, a song like Change off of For Your Eyes Only, he's going to be rapping about, real shit that's going on in his environment and, people that he's known growing up, and how messed up the system is and that sort of stuff. So it's just content matter. It's great. Rapping wise, it's similar to what we heard off Lewis Street. He's really in his bag, and he's coming for the fucking heads of everybody, man.
It's crazy. And J. Cole is going to give you a different type of introspection this time. And that's what I like about it, right? Like, you go into a J. Cole project, there's always a very deep level of knowledge that's given through the literature. I mean, he's just writing these beautiful bars, and, he's going to be writing beautiful poetry. And that's what I'm down for. And I think based on this interlude, that's what we could expect. And do you think that maybe he should have released a single before? Or how did you feel about him, let's say, choosing the interlude over everything?
I don't know, man. I feel like, like he said in his IG story, he was just super excited for people to hear new music, and he wanted to give us a taste without giving us, a full, let's say, song.
Sometimes you just got to say, fuck it. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
I agree with him. I think the interlude was a smart play, because you obviously don't want to give off a great lead single that's, going to give up the whole album. But that interlude's perfect because it kind of gets you going like, okay, is he going to go more melodic on this, or is he going to keep using those soul samples and maybe do something else? So, I mean, it's all up for toss-up, but at this point, I'm super down for new J. Cole. But let's move on to Isaiah Rashad. I am super fucking excited for this. We did a video on everything we know. What to expect from Isaiah Rashad's new album, The House is Burning. He just got the cover of Fader, which was really cool for him. It's nice to see that, he's getting his flowers now. And when I heard this track, I was taken away by it because I already saw what people are saying about it because it released in Australia before 12 hours. I think it's 12 hours before us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Or 16. Anyways, don't quote me on
Yeah,
that.
it kind of had leaked on Twitter and stuff.
So there was mixed reception with it. People were like, oh, what's this? Like, I never expected this from Isaiah. But to be honest with you, I fucking love it. Like, I think the aesthetic is crazy. I love the way he comes in. I love his flow, and I love the type of energy that he's bringing in. So how did you feel about this maybe new sort of aesthetic switch with Isaiah's sound?
I wasn't too shocked. I mean, especially when you have a crunk rapper like Deuce, hopping on the track, you have that kind of southern connection between the two of them because they're both actually from Tennessee. And there was a snippet of this song that I think TD actually themselves had put out months ago. And, that kind of gives you the full vibe of the song. And I just loved that southern bounce you got to the beat. And Isaiah just sounds focused. He sounds relaxed. And it's a similar aesthetic to what I got in Why Worry, where it seems like he's found his inner peace and now he's just going to be killing every instrumental. If it's more on that introspective kind of, I would say, more soulful rapping like we got on the Sun's Tirade, or if it's going to be on this more up-tempo style that we got on this song, I'm for it either way.
Yeah, I am too. And I mean, the Sun's Tirade and Cilvia demo sound completely different from each other, but there is a sort of, I would say, maybe guideline or line that Isaiah sticks to with his music. I mean, like more lo-fi, more soul productions, more introspective writing. But now that he's trying to bring in this new bounce into his new project, I mean, fuck, I'm super down. Like I've never heard Isaiah in this state before, and I mean, yes, he could have given us something, I mean, more melodic or maybe more soulful.
He wants to change it up,
but
man.
He wants to change it up, and that's what I like about it. It's different from anything we've gotten from him before, and that's why I appreciate it, because it takes guts to do that, especially when you've delivered two projects that in my eyes are considered classics. Cilvia Demo and The Sun's Tirade are both near flawless projects.
Masterpieces, man.
And now you have the pressure of delivering after 6 years.
5 years.
5 years, sorry, from 2016, you come out with this. And now it's a completely different thing than we've ever gotten.
It is, and I feel like he knows that he has, a big crowd to please, because after taking half a decade off, you have to come with something different. You have to innovate and kind of change your aesthetic up, and that's exactly what he did on this single. And I feel like it really got my fucking head banging, and it's going to be one of those songs that just get better with every single listen. And he actually said in the Fader interview that this whole project is going to be more up-tempo, so maybe we can expect more of this type of style from him. But at the end of the day, I still want to hear those I would say more classic and traditional Southern influences from him. I want to hear him still be introspective about his life and what's been going on with him for the last 5 years. He has 2 kids. He's been obviously taking his time with the music, so I want to know kind of where his head's at, in a more introspective light too.
I also want to see on The House is Burning a lot of emotional writing from him, because that's what I like about Isaiah's music. Is it's very deep and it's very intricate in the way that he explains his emotions, and that his storytelling is painted with such a vivid picture, and that's what I want out of this. But if he could do it in a way where I still get the balance and I think he's having fun with the project, then that would make me even happier, because I've never got like I just said, I've never gotten that type of project from him. And now that we've gotten this single, because obviously this is the rollout and it's starting, The House is Burning is coming. What are your expectations for the project?
My expectations are that he's going to fucking deliver like he always does. I mean, like we were just saying, he has a flawless track record, and I feel like he's going to definitely create something new here. I feel like the production might be a bit more uplifting because he is working with Kenny Beats, and that duo is going to be amazing. And not only that, but I just feel like Isaiah's at a point now where, he's reaching probably his peak.
That's true.
You know what I mean? He's 30 years old. He knows that this has to be up to par with those 2 projects. And like you said, I want to hear that emotional, I want to hear that personal side that he always brings to his music. And this song kind of reminded me of Park off of the Sun's Tirade, where he's rapping a bit harder than usual, and it's welcome, man. It's really welcome with me.
It is welcome with me, and he's such a talented rapper too. Like, this guy could go on anything he really wants. I mean, compare this to like a Free Lunch or like For the Squad or like What's Wrong. It's something completely different than what we've ever gotten, and I think that's why I'm happy for it. And honestly, like, now that the industry is starting to heat up, we got the big dogs coming to play, and we have projects that we've been waiting for a while.
This one's coming in June, apparently.
This one's coming in June, and it's exciting to see. Fuck it, what a time to be alive. We're going to be getting some great music, guys. But on that note, please hit the subscribe button. We are going to be covering all of these projects. Thank you guys for watching the whole video. Hit that subscribe button to join the family. We're doing weekly reviews. We're giving you guys all the updates in the industry. Plus, we have our series called What to Expect, where we actually take you through the album before it drops. Plus, if you guys want to chat with us, you guys could join our Discord server. The link is in the bio. You guys could talk hip hop with us there. Thank you guys for watching again. And guys, I'll see you on the next one.